Imagine waiting in line for a performance and you're blatantly ignored by the employee.
And then she greets the man behind me. And I'm like, do you not see me standing here? I'm in a big pink dress. A big pink flower. You can't see me. I'm in a big pink flower dress. So I stand there for a couple more minutes. And she completely ignores me.
So there's this lady on TikTok that came across my For You page. Her name is Daven, and she had this really sad story that I wanted to share. But there's a happy ending, so sometimes we don't get, heartwarming stories at the end for these videos. I wanted to switch it up, okay? It's not as happy in the beginning, but let's dive into it. So we'll watch the video. I'm going to share some comments and other dialogue about the situation, and then I'll dive into my opinion.
So I'm having a whimsy week this week, and I thought it'd be nice to go to the theater because I haven't been to theater in a long time, and I'm an ex-theater kid. And, probably why I'm so dramatic right now. And so I get tickets to go see Into the Woods. I'm super excited. And I get to Into the Woods and I'm trying to make it on time. And I'm standing there and the lady's in the lobby. And I think she just doesn't see me. So I go up to the man at the concession stand. I was like, hey, I'm just trying to get my tickets to Into the Woods. He tells me where to go. I go get them. And then I come back and I'm standing there again and I see her greet the people in front of me. And I'm waiting for her to greet me and she says nothing. She turns around, she completely ignores me. And then she greets the man behind me. And I'm like, do you not see me standing here? I'm in a big pink dress. A big pink flower. You can't see me. I'm in a big pink flower dress. So I stand there for a couple more minutes. And she completely ignores me. She starts talking to the man behind me. The couple that was in front of me, she completely ignores me. And so I go up to the concession stand and I'm like, hey, can I just exchange my tickets? I'll go a different week. And everyone else besides her was super helpful and nice. But I guess it's just sad because it's like, I used to love going to the theater. But this is the kind of stuff that made me stop. Where it just... people don't think if you don't fit in, if you're not palatable enough, that you shouldn't be there. But I'm not going to let this ruin my week. I had a great week. It was beautiful. It was so much fun. And I'm going to go to my show next week because I deserve to go. It's disheartening because this is what discourages people from going, when people don't think you deserve to be there. But I'm going to wipe away my tears. And I'm probably going to go do something else. I might take myself out to dinner because I have a pretty dress on and I look really pretty. But yeah, even though someone tries to ruin your week, don't let them. Because you deserve to be in places even though people don't think you deserve to be there. And everything's going to be okay.
So Miss Drew says she's just trying to have a whimsy week. She's been looking forward to seeing the Into the Woods performance. She has a background in theater. She loves the theater. She loves everything that makes up a performance, the behind the scenes work, the in front of the scenes work, and she's just looking forward to this. I think something that's great is that she makes things throughout the week and at the end of the week for herself, kind of break up the week. She mentions the word whimsy, and that's something that she uses throughout her TikTok videos. That means playfully quaint, fanciful behavior or humor. I also see it just being used as kind of a way to romanticize your life, making something magical throughout your week. So whatever that is for you, she encourages that, and I love that. I think for me, that's something that I want to start incorporating a little bit more. For me, I think that would be maybe planning a yoga class on a Wednesday. I have something to look forward to, get a good stretch or get a good shavasana going on. For some people, that could also mean driving the extra 20 minutes to go to their favorite park or whatever you prefer. But yeah, I think that's a great takeaway so far. So that's what she was trying to do. When she's in line, she's trying to make sure she's not late for the performance, checking in on time. She's supposed to give her ticket to the ticket lady. I'm just going to call her Ticket Lady. No one knows her name. I saw someone say maybe it's Paris, but I don't know. Apparently Ticket Lady helped someone in front of her and also helped someone behind her. Before you say, well, why didn't she do anything? Why didn't she say anything? Wait till I play that response video. So she kind of waits patiently. She talks about how she's very understanding of everything it takes to make a production. She understands if there's a little bit of a wait. She doesn't know if the people behind her maybe checked in before, but they needed to get something from their car or something, what have you. So I just say that to say she's very understanding of the situation. Then what happens is she tries to wait a second. That Ticket Lady doesn't acknowledge her, and then she gets help from another guy because he was really nice and acknowledged her presence. Ticket Lady didn't even look at her, was helping people in front and behind her, and it seemed like the line was kind of straightforward. It didn't seem all scattered, all weird. This kind employee helps her, and she just ends up exchanging her tickets. It seemed like she kind of didn't want to be in that state of emotion in one of her favorite places in the world, the theater, so she exchanges her tickets for another week. A lot of people commented on her original video, "Silent watcher, you have the absolute right mindset. You cried because she was rude, but remember that you are having a great week and you will see your show and that she will not ruin this week. Sending love and hugs." Someone says, "I want to know the name of the theater because I have time. Is it at the one at the art museum? That theater is very, very racist. I work in the industry and they know not to mess with me. I can find her if you want. I know her boss most likely. Demand your respect and take up space. Okay, where's she at? I'm not playing. See, maybe you're not confrontational, but sometimes you have to say, do you not see me? Is there a problem? Take up space, but you look great. We ride at dawn. We need the name of the theater ASAP. I'm sorry, friend. She was clearly jealous of your wonderful light. Don't let it get you down. Totally feel you. It's so triggering to be ignored as a black woman. Let it out. The tears are healing." Someone responds to that comment and says, "I am so sorry from the depth of my being that you've had to endure that. I can't imagine dealing with that, let alone on a regular basis. I am just so sorry. Love to you both from a fellow human being who cares about you." That's sweet. Girl, I had a group of old white people skip right in front of me and my friend, who weren't even in the front of the line, just because we were the black people in line. Don't let people stop you from having fun because they are racist. And I saw some people saying, like, it's not about race. You know what? If you're not in her shoes, you don't understand, then really we need to just stop the conversation right there. If you're not willing to listen, educate yourself, then bye. And that goes for anyone stating that they have had experienced racial discrimination, microaggressions, things like that. Like, we really need to stop discounting people's experiences just in general. Even if you are the same ethnicity, we need to just start listening to people. She makes another response video and she does give more context, and she does shed light on the fact that she did not feel safe there.
I'm a regular civilian. I work a W-2 job, and I just want to add some whimsy to my week. The reason why I was able to handle the situation on Friday better than I thought I was going to, because I am a bit of a drama queen, is because I've added little pockets of whimsy throughout my week while still being a regular 9-to-5 civilian. But I want to make a couple things clear. The gentleman at the concession stand called me milady. The gentleman at the box office was super empathetic and understanding, which is why I wanted to exchange my ticket instead of just getting a full refund or fighting it more. Because of these people being so sweet, because of them making the theater a magical place for me again. One apple should not ruin the entire bunch. And let's be clear, I am not a passive person. I am okay with conflict, but I do believe in risk management. And when we make up less than 5% of the population in a state, in a concealed carry state, I feel like it's more important to make sure I get out there alive than going back and forth with somebody in a lobby. Also, I've been a performer before, and I know how many hours they work trying to put on a production, lighting, backstage, sound, the actual performers. I would never want to ruin that because someone's having a bad day or someone has a bias. I feel like that is so unfair to the actual performers and the art of theater. Yes, I did see Misha's video. I would love to go to Broadway, but I do want to set the expectation that I've been to Broadway before. I am a Jersey girl, born and raised. I used to go to Broadway all the time with my dad for my birthday, and I would love to go again. But if there is an opportunity to send someone else who maybe has never been able to experience that because they couldn't afford it, I would love for them to go in my place. Because again, I believe in paying it forward. I know how important the arts are, and I know they are under attack. And I want to make sure that as many people can experience the joy of musical theater as possible. But I just want to leave you guys with this. Add some whimsy to your life. We are all going through it. The world is very scary. and you deserve little pockets of happiness in a very scary time.
She would have addressed this situation, of course, in a respectful manner, but she had to prioritize her safety at that point. Sometimes when people of color speak, especially a black woman, someone is just like, oh, they're being aggressive or whatever. That's not the case. And unfortunately, and this is from what I know, I'm not speaking for them, and I follow a lot of black creators, Jessie Wu, Lonnie's Lens, Mayawa's World, just from hearing those experiences and things that I witnessed, like, that's a stereotype, you guys. And it just seems like when a black woman says something that people automatically deem her as being aggressive, or they think that she's going to do this, do that. Miss Drew had to prioritize her safety. And I'm not saying my experience is the same, but when I don't feel safe in certain situations, I just hurry up and get out of there, and I would have done the same thing if I was in her shoes, I think. I don't know, I wasn't there. Where I'm at right now, there's a lot of racist people. I don't leave my house much. If you're wondering which theater this was, yes, this was the Phoenix Theater Company, and they made a statement. The Phoenix Theater Company is committed to listening, learning, and continuing to build a space that actively affirms every person's dignity. When we fall short of these commitments, our number one priority is learning and improving. We appreciate the bravery it takes to share an experience like this publicly, and we're incredibly disheartened that this happened. Our team is investigating this now, and we've initiated the process of contacting the impacted patron directly. We take this experience seriously. We see you and value your feedback, and we're taking immediate action with the individual responsible. I don't like all these commas. Was that a run-on sentence? Accountability is important, and we will not tolerate this kind of behavior from anyone on our team. And a comment under the response video, they said, did you see Phoenix Theater response? Hope it all works out. She says, yes, they did reach out. Hope she gets the training they need. Someone said, are you a drama queen or do you match the occasion? Miss Drew said, you stated that better than I did. But that one bad apple will make you sick, so that bad apple needs to be replaced. She is making the company she works for look bad and herself. She is in a role where she is the face of the company. If she was having a bad day, she should have called out. She needs to reflect on her actions. The fact that you take that you're in a concealed carry state and your race ratio in your state into the consideration makes me so sad and upset. I'm sorry that our country is not better. And she also had some hate comments too.
Wow, someone's hungry. Anywho, I made some like bolognese vodka sauce the other night. I've been eating it nonstop. It's my new hyperfixation, with some like fresh, the a little bit more expensive like rigatoni, and then some burrata on top on my pretty plate. And I have a Shirley Temple. And then later today, I'm gonna go get myself some flowers because we made it through the work week. Eat your food, you deserve it. Bye. You'd actually be shocked by the amount of people who assume I'm insecure because I allow myself to have a range of emotions. Being a plus size girl is understanding that the world assumes that you're always supposed to be full of joy or you're always supposed to be sad. Like, there is no in between. You either have to be body positivity and half naked and love the skin I'm in, or I have to be melodramatic and say, oh, I hate my body. I can't believe I look like this. And with the rise of like Ozempic and losing weight and being obsessed with being as small as possible because of rather fascism, plus size people are going to be a very easy target, especially plus size women who are black. No one liked this to begin with. The body positivity movement annoyed a lot of people because, first of all, it wasn't for people who were very, very large or large their entire life. It was for like size 10s who used to be size 2s, and they wanted to still be accepted in society. That's a whole nother conversation. But also, this is just another rise of the early 2000s. The early 2000s, 2010s, people said the same comments. They were honestly a lot more creative. You guys are not as creative as them. But if I made it through that, going through middle school and high school, a troll account ain't gonna get me. It's just gonna make me money.
Yeah, why is skinny talk coming back, or just the rise? It is good to hear other people's perspectives about this too. And it's annoying if someone looks at you and just assumes you're insecure. That changes the way they look at you, the way they treat you. And can you imagine getting that all the time? But she hit him with that comment when she said, the trolls don't bother me if I went through that. At this point, I get paid for it, so that's true. And you can clearly tell this woman is a kind woman. She's very understanding, and I can tell that she's very respectful, and the fact that she really just wanted to do something for herself, mind her business, make her life more whimsical, and plan things for herself. Like, she was basically just loving herself. and someone was actively ignoring her, that's wrong. And I can see the microaggression there. What do you guys think about this? Have you experienced something like this where someone was actively ignoring you? I don't think it's a situation where someone just cuts in front of you and you think it's because you're XYZ. You can tell if people are doing it and there's some sort of racial microaggression motivation behind there. The fact that this employee was taking patrons before and after this woman is insane. And she is in a bright flowery dress. It hurt my heart when she said, "I look like a flower. I'm here," you know? So Miss Drew, I do see you, and I'm so sorry this had happened to you. I think this is a great example of being yourself. You can really open up and reach other people around the world. And it was really good to see the support that people had for you, Miss Drew. And I support you. I follow you. I didn't see your page until now, and I think you have great content. And I like how you educate people about different perspectives when it comes to bodies, when it comes to conversations about race. And I love that you're not afraid to be who you are, because there's so many performative platforms nowadays. Honestly, why can't we just talk to one another? Anyways, y'all, what did you think about this situation? What would you do if you were in the line and the person who's supposed to be taking your tickets serves the person in front of you and the person behind you, and then you're just kind of standing there all awkward? Would you go up to the counter and be like, "Hello"? Would you have exchanged your tickets too, or would you have tried to get a refund if you could? I am curious about that. Those tickets are not cheap too. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye! I do have a second channel, Selenajosephina 2, if you're interested. That's more of my lifestyle, travel content, so kind of do what I want over there. But this is my commentary channel, and more so just talking, yapping. Yeah, if you want to see more of me on a personal level, go check out my other channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for real.